Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Comedian, actor, radio host Ricky Smiley just found out that he is the father to 5-year-old twin girls. We're going to take a listen in to see just how this news came about.
Let me just clear up the moment, y'all. Ricky just announced that he has surprise twins, and he just found out.
Now, mind you, listen to this. You ready for this? Been knowing them their whole life. They've been coming over to Grayson birthday parties and play dates, playing on the swing set, all of that stuff. Never thought nothing. Me and her joked about this. I don't run away from being a father, and she don't, not the type of a mom that would keep a child from a dad. So we joked about this.
Now, the 5-year-old twin girls did have another man who was present as their father and was believed to be the father up until the point of finding out, going to court, getting the paternity test. However, he does tell a different story. Let's listen.
Watching that video is so disgusting. It's wicked. And it triggered me, man. Like, I'll never get over that situation. For 5 years, man, they knew. For 5 years. The mama in on it, the grandma in on it, and the real victims are those twin girls and her oldest daughter. And he been calling her his daughter too, man. This shit's so crazy, man, but they don't understand. Man, that situation killed me, man. It destroyed me. It destroyed everything I had going on. Mentally, I was shot. And when I found out about them having their shit going on, that's when she started trying to pull the girls from me and trying to manipulate everybody and saying, oh, Nehemiah don't take care of his kids and all that shit like that. Her and her mama just trying to keep covering the shit up. Nehemiah, you the dad, you the dad, you the dad. Them your girls, come take care of your girls. Having her dust-ass homegirls harassing me and got her, even her brother just passed away. That nigga just died. And before he died, he was mad at me. He was mad at me thinking I was some ain't shit nigga. And that whole time, bro, I'm like, so I'm trying to be there, I'm trying to fight for my kids, and she just pulling it back. And it just denying access and the manipulation, invite my other kids to hang out with the girls, all that. Man, that shit was so fucked up, man. That shit wild.
And so that is his side of the story. Now, of course, there's always his side and her side, and then the truth that falls in the middle. But I think the truth here, the facts are in the pudding. There were two men that were present, for lack of better words, inside of this woman around the same time of conception, right? So I'm a firm believer, and I don't know why this isn't a thing, that the moment a child is born, especially outside of a marital union, there needs to be a paternity test. And I know that probably seems harsh and perhaps unrealistic or burdensome by the state, whatever. I think it's necessary, and it's for these particular type of, situations that take place. Because you're not with someone, 20, unless you live with them, you work with them, whatever the case may be. Chances are you're not with someone, especially outside of a marital union. You're not married to this person. You're not living with this person. And even if so, you're not with them 24/7. And when I say person, specifically in this case, of course, I'm talking about a woman, a biologically born woman. I feel like I have to say that now in 2025. Because if a woman becomes pregnant, ideally, we want to say, well, this is the father. She's with this person. They've been together 3 years. So, of course, naturally, he's the father. But we don't know that. And you see in this particular circumstance, and he has, I hate to say the other father, but the other guy she was involved with, the non-celebrity, he has at least one other video that I saw. It was just too long for me to post here, or didn't want to post it here, where he's detailing that her and the mother of the twins and Ricky Smiley had something going on for years, and that she was his alleged, side piece, side chick, mistress, stuff on the side, however you want to put it. She was always just somebody that he was sleeping with in the background. And when he found out about it, that's when she apparently started pulling the girls and trying to cover up and trying to, throw it on him to make it seem like it was, his fault or he was the reason why he wasn't in the twin girls' lives. Anyway, long story made short, because I'm rambling. As I tend to do, as you probably know by now. I do think that paternity test should be mandatory. And I almost feel like it needs to be in some marriages, but definitely when a child is born outside of wedlock, outside of a marital union, we're not, married to each other. Essentially that means I'm a single person. If any other, governmental form that you sign, or when you fill in even an application for a job, a lot of times they ask, you single, you married, divorced, widowed. I think I truly feel if you bring a child into this world and you're not married, paternity test should be mandatory. Because what it does, if that were to take place, is it sets a solid foundation. At least we know we can start ruling out, right? Whether if it's, and that's sad to say, in some circumstances, they may not even know who to bring. There are women out there that are pretty open about, engaging in casual sex and, no protection, or, protection fails, whatever, story people like to tell, things happen. And now she's pregnant, but she's been with 3 or 4 guys around conception time, or some even more. I mean, I think we've all seen the Maury Povich shows, where it's like 5 or 6 guys and none of them are the father. It's like, I mean, good Lord, did you ever give your body a rest? Apparently not, you're just hopping on one and getting off on the other. And it's like, goodness, not to be crass, but a lot of it's people out there that sex is just like, drinking a glass of water. It's nothing, I wanted a glass of water. I was thirsty and I drank it. I wanted to have sex. Here was a guy that was available and we did it, So when you get pregnant and you bring a child into this world, and we can kind of pause on the women who, had 3, 4, 5, 6, single person, no relationship, no committed relationship, no single partner. We'll put that on pause because that's a whole different other topic, right? But if you're in a relationship and y'all have been together 5, 6 months, even 5, 6 years, not married, I think it should be mandatory. And especially for a father, if you're signing a birth certificate and there's no ring on that woman's finger, she just gave birth, I think legally, before you can sign that document, paternity needs to be determined. Now, whether or not you already know, hey, she was, she had a, she slept with somebody outside of a relationship, or we were on a break and I'm going to raise the child on my own, so I'm accepting this child on my own. Okay, that's fine. Well, before you can sign that document, we need to legally get some paperwork done. Then you have to legally adopt the child. Like paternity, no matter what, needs to be determined. And then I feel bad and I hate to just feel like I'm dragging on the women, because I'm a woman, but I'm a certain kind of woman. I feel bad for the men that go 5, 10, 15 plus years taking care of a child or children, only to find out that the child or the children aren't theirs. You think about the time. I mean, that is like just the deepest emotional betrayal, because it made everything that you did for the children or for the child a lie, right? Because the foundation was started on a lie. So whether it was going, picking them up on the weekends, or, after practice, taking them to practice, PTA meetings, all that good stuff, daddy-daughter work day, whatever the case may be, even though you did it with the right intention, because this, in that moment, was perceived to be your child, it wasn't. It makes everything that you did for however long you did it, or however long you have done it, as it made it a lie. And then the children. That amount of confusion and contention, and no matter how you try to shield children from it, it's 2025. And digital footprints are forever. And they're going to come across this information, whether it be families, because families talk, you hear the whispers and, or, people get in arguments and you didn't even know who or you lied and said such and such was the father, and it was really, or now in this particular case, celebrity in 5 years is still going to be there. Wait, why did your mama say he was your daddy first, and then now she say that that's your daddy? Trust me, someone who has worked in the school system, you'd be surprised how kids find things and know things, and they hear adults talking, and this stuff comes up, and it's embarrassing, and it's world shattering, and it's unfortunate. So I definitely believe that, hey, unless you're bringing a child into the world, you and your husband. And I'm aware of homosexual marriages, gay marriages. I know that some women, get married and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a heterosexual male, biologically born male, biologically born woman, heterosexual. This is what I'm talking about. I guess we could say old school, the olden marriages, right? Conventional marriages, traditional marriages. Unless you're bringing a child into the world with your spouse, with your husband, paternity needs to be determined at that point. So at least the foundation is, okay, he is the father, or we're sorry, he's not the father. And how you proceed from the moment you walk out the hospital with the baby is how you proceed. But I do think that needs to be implemented, instituted, and mandatory. So, as harsh as it sounds, I feel like it's what's best for the kids long term. But anyway, that's just my rant. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like.